Khabib Nurmagomedov in a recent interview finally reacted to Charles Oliveira's title win. He also mentioned that he doesn't see him holding the belt for very long. In a recent interview with Sports24.ru, he went on to say he seems to have 8 wins in a row, so many early finishes. As I remember, only Tony Ferguson did have a full fight. I think Oliveira is a very worthy champion. Many finishes, many records in the UFC. It would be a shame if Michael Chandler won 2 fights in the UFC and already a champion. That would somehow be wrong. And Charles Oliveira has progressed very much. This is a worthy champion, I'm glad for him. But when Islam Makhachev rises in the rankings, Oliveira will no longer be champion. The main thing is that Oliveira should understand my words correctly. I respect him. He is a worthy champion. But when Islam will go up, there will be another champion within the year. In my eyes, it will be Dustin Poirier. Michael Bisping on the Believe in Me podcast gives his thoughts on Khabib turning down $100 million to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Well, it must be nice to be Khabib. That's all I'm going to say. Do you know what I mean? Anytime you're turning down $100 million fights, that means that life is very, very good. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're saying, what did you put in the notes? It said something, unless his mother says he can fight. You got to respect that. I respect the hell out of that. I mean, Khabib's such a great guy. He really is such a class act. As we know, he's a fantastic, phenomenal fighter. We never seen anything like him. I never ever heard of anything like that. Somebody turning down $100 million to honor the promise that he gave to his mother. I mean, that's insane. I mean, I would break that promise. I'm just throwing it out there. I would break that promise. Say, Mom, listen, I know I made you a promise, but I'm not talking about Khabib's mom, I'm talking about my mom now. I'll be like, but it's kind of a move if you don't let me take that fight. Do you know what I mean? Come on, I'm asking for that blessing. Now, of course, on the flip side, Khabib's clearly made a lot of money. He's world famous. He's adored all over the world. He's a hero to a lot of people. Certainly in the Muslim community, he's a big, big hero. And he's done great things. You know, he retired undefeated. And certain things money can't buy, you know? So I get it, but even still, $100 million. $100 million. That's a lot of cheddar, as you guys say.
Colby Covington in a recent interview ripped the latest season of The Ultimate Fighter. He said there's no entertainment factor and they wanted to coach the show. Speaking to James Lynch, he went on to say, yikes, I know Hunter Campbell and Dana White probably had to go behind closed doors and be smacking themselves in the head because you don't want those 2 guys as your coaches as a comeback season of The Ultimate Fighter. Those guys are going to make a complete mockery of the show. There's no entertainment factor there. They're decent fighters for little weights, for the little midgets, but they don't sell. There's no controversy, there's no drama, there's nothing, there's no storyline. So I feel bad for the show. I wish I could have been on the show and give the people what they want. Brian Ortega reacted to Colby Covington's comments and posted this on his Twitter saying, I don't know why Colby Covington's hating. The tough show was yours, bro. I didn't even want it. Jorge Masvidal left to fight and you got asked out. My fight fell through and we got the call to get it. I didn't call anyone about the show, they hit me up. Now I'm glad you ain't in it. Alexander Volkanovski also reacted and posted this on his Twitter saying, Colby Covington, why are you mad? Just take a fight already, you little... You literally play a character to stay relevant.
I love the tank top. Number 1.
Alright, just did a strength session and was on the air down black, salt black. Oh, I'll tell you what, that got uncomfortable. I don't know if it's bloody this cold air in Australia because it's freezing here. We come from Vegas where it's boiling hot. And then we did that outside, the salt black in 20 seconds, 5 minutes. I said 20 on, 40 off. But it absolutely rocked me. I don't know if it's because of the COVID or just this cold weather, but damn, that freshed me. What about you, Colby? Good goodness.
Anthony Smith on Sirius XM says that Chris Weidman can make a comeback from his leg injury.
Chris Weidman is the best guy I've ever trained with. I've never trained with anyone that good before. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. It's just fact. And he was as good as I've ever seen him going into that fight. Like, for me to see him that good going in and that ready and mentally in a good place and really putting the work in and strong, his weight cut was good. And just seeing that, that's what's crushing. It's just like what could have been that night And then what could that have moved on to? And I just urge people to, and honestly, if they don't, I don't think it matters. I think Chris is coming back no matter what. But I just urge people to not only just reach out to him and just motivate him and let him know that people are watching and hoping he's okay, but just don't write him off, because you can sense that as a fighter. You can sense that people don't believe in you anymore. They don't think you're coming back. So then they start to trail off and it's easy when it first happens to send the Instagram comment or comment on Twitter or whatever and be motivating, but it's hard to do that. It trails off and it doesn't happen as much 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months later. So I just urge people to just, if you have a second and you actually care, shoot those things out there because they really do help, especially when you're laid on the couch and you're reading it all. So just don't give up on Chris yet. Don't count him out. I think he's gonna be a huge inspiration to a lot of people in the coming year.
What's up? It's May 29th. Happy birthday to all my people out there. Happy birthday. Oh, this, what, you scrubbing?
Well, that looks good. I fought myself. I have a bunch of broken ribs. That's why I can hardly talk right now. Because I had a tree attack me. I'm gonna go see how many ribs I broke. A lot of fun. I would talk longer, but I have a hard time breathing. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Paul Felder on his Instagram live says they will not make a comeback, even if it was for a big payday.
No, guys. I'm not coming back for any paydays. I had a good payday coming up. Whatever my next fight was going to be, I got a brand new contract. Most money I would have ever made. Well, made a lot of money for that RDA fight, obviously. Took it on short notice, so they hooked me up. But also gave me a new contract out of the deal, which was nice. All right, am I rich? I'm rich in my spirit. I'm richer than I was before I started in the UFC, that's for sure. Plus, I have a job now, guys. I have a job. I get paid good money to watch fighters better than me fight. Talk about it. Sweet.
The gang. We in. Let's go, Sam.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Chris?
Yeah, buddy.
I just found out that men can save up to $265,000 by not messing with women. That's very interesting. I tell all my young homies, hey, if you want a girl, you gotta be able to have some money, because a girl's a bill, If she ain't putting no money in that pot, she's a bill. Just as